Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, we'll talk Bulldog softball. We'll also check in with Ferris State strengths and conditioning coach, and we'll also talk Bulldog golf, all on today's show. We'll start first, though, with Bulldog softball, and joined by first-year head coach Jake Schumann. And, Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Obviously, I know it was a quick transition for you coming in, taking the position here in basically early January and then right into the season starting in February.
Yeah, we didn't have a whole lot of time to put in our system of play, and been going pretty well. We have a good group of great kids, and some days I get a little frustrated as a coach, and then I remember I started on January 9th and had about 2.5 weeks before our first game, so they've probably heard me say one thing to make a correction, and to have them expect them to do it over and over again is probably a little dramatic on my part, but they've been doing a great job.
Obviously, you came from just up the road, Big Rapids High School, but had some previous head coaching experience, including on the Division I level. Maybe what attracted you to the Ferris State position?
Well, my wife and I moved here for a family. We got out of coaching 5 years ago because of family. We wanted to raise our boys and have a family, and my in-laws moved up here to their lake house permanently about 4 years ago, and when this came open, it was just like, hey, it's something I've done all my whole life. It's something I love to do, and I get my family around me. So that was the main reason for making the move. Obviously,
you guys right into action, and always tough being one of those northern teams having to play some of these early season games. Fortunately, you were able to go make a couple trips here in the month of February.
Yeah, so something I've not accustomed to, working in the South pretty much my whole professional career, but we were able to go down to Nashville, which was really cold, but we got 5 games in and played pretty decent. And then we were able to, for spring break, head to Florida, where we played really well. Lost a couple games we shouldn't have, but won a couple games we probably shouldn't have on paper. And that's where I think we grew a little bit as a team. We started to understand what winning was and how to kind of just play my system of play that I've tried to implement. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're doing a good job.
How did those trips maybe help prepare you for the start now that you're in the start of GLIAC play?
Well, absolutely. We played a lot of regional opponents, and I feel like probably top 8 regional opponents down in Florida. Played a couple top regional opponents from other regions in Nashville. So the GLIAC, we're halfway through now, and we're sitting in 5th place. I think a game or a game and a half out of 3rd. So we're right there. When you see good pitching, you see good hitting, you see good defense, it only can prepare you for conference play.
Obviously, in conference play this past weekend, a 4-game homestand, and started it off really well on Friday, a couple big wins over Purdue Northwest.
Yeah, our kids came out firing all cylinders, faced their pitcher who had a 1.5 ERA, and I think we did really well. We pitched well, we responded well to their defense, and we just outgrinded them and got them in the 10th inning in that game too. Swung it really well in game 1, and came out with the sweep.
What's it like playing the home games, I guess, at the Ferris State softball field? Obviously some great fan support this weekend.
So obviously my first year, pleasantly surprised with how many people are out there. There's plenty of people in the stands, and then there's chairs all the way around the field, and you couldn't ask for anything more. And I think we're just going to grow that attendance as we put a good product out on the field, and we start winning a little bit more at home, and that's just something that I'm looking forward to. And I without a doubt, the community support has been great. Our parents' support has been great, and I just look forward to keep growing.
Obviously a 9-5 win in the first game, really played well, came back in the second game, and one of those games neither team could really find the scoreboard, and then ultimately you get a 3-2 win in the bottom of the 10th in a walk-off.
It's crazy. 0-0 game going in the 10th, and they scored 2 in the top, and we do a great job responding. Squeeze in the tying run, try to squeeze in the winning run, but first baseman made a great play, came and took the play on herself and got us out. And then Josie Prince, hometown girl, drives the ball in the gap and wins the game for us with 2 outs. So very exciting. I think they're going to show some of the clips right here, and the girls, how excited they were for that sweep.
What does it mean to win a game like that, knowing that gives you some confidence maybe going into the rest of the conference?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the conversation is you can play with anyone in the league. Purdue, they're good. They had a good pitcher. Again, like I said, 1.5 ERA for the year. And then you can understand their left side of the infield was probably the best that we've seen, and they're making plays. We're barreling up balls. They're making plays, throwing us out. But our kids showed some guts and just kept going and going, stayed with the game plan, and finally wore them out and got that W.
came back on Saturday after those 2 big wins, and obviously not the results you wanted, but a great cause, wearing the special pink jerseys to raise money for cancer research.
Yeah, on the field it wasn't what we wanted, but I think that was just a little bit of an emotional letdown for us. You know, you throw the game from the day before, and then you throw in we're playing for cancer family members that we've lost from cancer, and I think that's just a lot of emotional toll on you. But it was a great event. A lot of people came out. We raised about $1,600 for auctioning off the jerseys after the game, and I think our girls were really pleased with it.
What did it mean to have the president, Ferris State University, Dr. Bill Pink, and some other supporters there?
Yeah, Dr. Pink is amazing. He's a huge supporter of our athletics, and it was great to see him at a softball, softball game. And of course, Dr. Pink's going to throw out the first pitch at the Pink game, so it worked out perfectly.
Obviously, you guys now into the heart of your conference schedule here with a few weeks remaining in the regular season, and this week a couple early week non-conference regional games.
Yeah, so we got a couple reschedules from some weather earlier last month, and we're going to go down to Ohio Tuesday, Wednesday, midweek, and then we're going to head down to Davenport on Saturday and come back against Grand Valley on Sunday, and then we'll turn around on Tuesday and go back to Grand Valley for 1 game for a makeup. And so it's going, and then we're on the road to Wisconsin and Purdue, and you know, we're almost done. I think we got 17 games left, and then the conference tournament.
Obviously, you've got some kids that have been around the program here and have kind of went through a couple transitions here. What's the attitude been like of some of those veteran leaders?
I'll tell you what, if you come in as a new coach, that is the key. If the older kids have buy-in and they want to do it, Kylie Winkles, Caitlin Orm, Evelyn Blood, Christy Gray, they've been amazing. And they're trying to get the younger kids to say, hey, this is the way we're going to do it from now on. They're going to be alumni soon, and I think they like what they see. At least they're showing that they like what they see, and they're putting in the work because they want it. They want it pretty bad.
Obviously, then you also have some young kids that are seeing the field maybe for the first time in their collegiate careers this spring, and some young kids that are doing well for you.
Yeah, well, Josie Prince has been great. She's a junior, hometown kid. She's just steady as a rock. Jaden Josephs is playing out of position in the outfield, but she's such a gritty player. We need her in the lineup. And then Brooklyn Verbeek is a redshirt freshman who's playing third base and been doing outstanding for us. She's swinging the bat, hitting over 300 in conference, playing a great hot corner at third, and you know, they're just doing a good job. We're rotating the catcher position. We have a senior, Caitlin Fick, that's doing amazing. And then I got another redshirt freshman in Natalie Teague. And they're both a little different. One's a little more high-strung than the other. But they bring different aspects of the game, and they both need to play because they deserve it. So they're doing awesome, and we're looking forward to how we're going to finish this thing out.
Finally here, how important are these last few regular season games as you get ready for postseason play?
I think they're important just to build momentum. These midweeks in Ohio, obviously we get regional points, but we got to get to 500 before we can talk about a regional tournament. But so we're putting our eggs in one basket for that GLIAC tournament. We're just prepping and taking notes and taking charts as best we can, so that we're prepped for the second half and then that 4-day tournament in Chicago.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time, and best of luck with a busy week ahead for
Thanks,
the Bulldogs.
Rob. I appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.